Alrighty. I hope you guys are ready, 'cause I sure am. Today we got our Tuesday night round 1 of season 10 of IUF1. Tuesday being our realistic car division. Anybody who's unaware, our realistic division, we have equal car performance is turned off for Tuesday nights, as we have some of our faster drivers in the league and some of the low performing cars and some of our slower drivers in the higher performing cars here to even things out just a little bit. Make the field a little bit tighter so we can get some closer racing between everybody here. Just under 12 minutes to go in qualifying session. We can see our guy Hamilton in that Haas up there currently sitting on pole. Still 11 minutes to go, so I'm sure someone's going to snag it from him. So currently sitting at the a 1:17.0. The next car behind over half a second. As it looks like Hamilton might be doing 2 out laps, or if he already did a lap, he's coming in right here. Okay, so he's gonna come in. Looks like someone might have missed the pit entry there. So Amaru, I think, yeah, he's gonna be finishing his hot lap right here. Sitting in with a 1:20, but I think that's his banker lap. He's gonna cross the line. He's gonna find himself in P2 in front of Godley there, dropping everybody else down back a peg. As we have both Erie in the Alpine starting his first hot lap with SSR William close behind. I don't know what it is about Australia, but this game's been out for a while now, and I honestly have no memory of racing here. Like, the track feels totally different this year. It actually feels a lot better, like there's a lot of grip out there. So Gary finding himself in P4, that 17.6, with the William in the kick right behind him, about to put in his first one. William burning it down. He's going to come out right behind Gary in P5. Jump on board with Rocket as he goes through Sector 1, trying to get his first lap in. Yeah, it's this section right here at the chicane coming up after the DRS. It feels so good this year. Like, the grip is there, the right-hander in that chicane, the second turn. You can finally run like right over the corner. And it's not so much of a big bump. They flattened out that apex a little bit, so now you can just about completely run over it. So Rocket not getting a good time that he probably would have wanted. He finished that lap with a lot of battery remaining. We're gonna hop on board with MFG in this Ferrari. With just under 7.5 minutes to go. Still quite a few drivers still yet to put in a lap here. I don't know who that was in that Williams. I hope they weren't impeding a little bit on MFG's lap. MFG's gonna cross the line, putting that Ferrari in P6. We have several cars out on track right now and trying to get a hot one in. We hop on board with KBT here. So KBT going from P8 up to P4 with that 17.6. Hamilton's still sitting up there in pole position with that 17 flat. No one even coming close. If up on board with Fitz as he comes around the final corner. He needs to put in a lap. He's going to put in about an 18 flat. Good enough for P9. We hop on board with Russia as he's going to abandon his lap. And perfect Pauly coming across with that 17.4, sitting in P2. So almost 5 minutes left of quali. The next couple of minutes might be really quiet on track. A lot of cars are going to be waiting for those final couple of minutes there to get back out for one last run. I think Gary out on track currently. He might be the only one on track that's currently on a hot lap. Again, 4.5 minutes left, so track's going to be really quiet right now. But give it a couple of minutes and it's going to get really busy in a second. Or Gary invalidated, so he might be coming in with just enough time to go back out one more time. We hop on board with Blake here. Ooh. I think he's gonna abandon, let the car behind him go. It is Omaru, who's not currently on a lap. Omaru is either doing 2 out laps or he's deciding to come in this lap. We'll figure it out in a second here. Pretty sure he's going to be, Omaru's going to be starting a hot one right here. See him weaving back and forth, trying to heat up those tires. Yep, looks like we're going to sit right here with Omaru for his full lap. Only car on track on a hot one right now. Unless Williams on one. And he is. Ooh, almost invalidated right there in Sector 3. This looks like it's going to be Williams' last hot lap of the quali session. He goes from P9 to P6. Looking up at the board, it is really tight all the way from P2 to P9. About half a second separates second to ninth. So really close from everyone. We hop on board with Rasha here. Looks like there's a car sitting on track. Not sure who that is. Thankfully that car on track was out of the way for everybody to get through. It looks like both Williams might be working together here. Well, that's some good teamwork from both Williams drivers there. Perfect Polly trying to give his teammate Rasha a good amount of slipstream all through sector 2. I think Rasha's going to get a good time here. Ooh. By about 30 thousandths. Just misses out on that pole position. But I'm sure Rasha's gonna help Polly here in a second. As we go through sector 1 into sector 2. Yeah, so Rasha now returning the favor, punching the hole through the air for his teammate. Really good teamwork from both of these drivers here. As Umaru comes across, finishing his qualifying session, splitting the Williams. Is it going to be enough? Not going to be enough, but it is going to be good enough to make Umaru go back down into P4 as Williams holds on to that P2 and P3 up at the front. As we hop on board with KBT coming around the final corner trying to improve. He goes from P9 to P6. And Josh, whoa, by 4/10, beats out everybody there. Josh takes our pole position here. Always trying to do it at the last second. So Josh, out of nowhere, taking P1 away from Hamilton. Hamilton was sitting on pole position for just about the entire session, and Josh comes out of nowhere and snags it from him. So there you have it. That's going to wrap up qualifying here for round 1 of season 10 in our realistic division. But don't go anywhere. We're going to give our drivers about 4 to 5 minutes for strategy. And then we'll be right back to resume racing, so don't go anywhere. So, looks like we're gonna go racing. Made a little bit of a whoopsie. I found myself in a car, so I'll be broadcasting this first lap from the back of the field. Hopefully I can catch some action here for you guys. So, not exactly sure what's happening up at the front here, but I assume everybody's playing nice. So far so good, it looks like, from everybody here. Nobody's spinning out on our opening lap here. That's always good to see. It was nice to go ahead and get a little glimpse of the weather report. It looks like we're going to have a clean, sunny race here. It might get a little cloudy at the end. But yeah, so far so good on our opening lap here.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. That stop was slower than we...
Alright, we're back. So, on to lap 2 here. Get some details going. What tire is everybody on? I did forget to mention, if anyone's joining us now that doesn't know, so for all of Season 10, and this is for every division, all 4 divisions that we have here at IUF1, we implemented a brand new rule, so no hard tires on anybody. So you're only allowed to run soft and medium for every race weekend. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of two-stop strategies now. So without being able to run the hards, usually it doesn't even matter what track you're at. Usually the one-stop strategy is always the best. You just run a set of medium and a set of hards and you're good. But without being able to run the hards, kind of throw in a little bit of a strategy there, as everyone's probably going to have to make a two-stopper. Even if it stays green flag the entire race, two-stop strategy is probably going to be the best for everybody. You see Hamilton going a little wide there. So Josh losing P1 after qualifying on pole. We're going to go back into the pack a little bit. Looks like everybody's in one long DRS train, except for our 2 leaders up at the front. Managed to pull away there from the 2 Williams. A good DRS train all the way from P3 to P9. And we do have a little bit of a gap, beginning at P10 there. We have another train warming up in our midfield here. So Fitz in that Mercedes a little bit kind of on his own there. Yeah, so Fitz in a little bit of no man's land. MFG's trying to close the gap there, trying to get back into that DRS range of him. MFG with a little bit of pressure from Q's right behind him as we go down into the end of Sector 2. So Q's looks like not enough speed to carry him to get around him. MFG's going to hold on to P11. I'm really curious to see if our two leaders here up at the front are going to end up playing leapfrog or not. Hamilton all over the back of Josh there with the assist of DRS. Might be looking to get a move down into turn 3. Hamilton and Josh almost come together there. Hamilton trying to look on the outside. That DRS straight is just not long enough to make the pass happen. Makes it really difficult for any driver. And looks like we're gonna have our first safety car of this race. So it looks like Blake and that Red Bull went off into Sector 3 by himself there. That's gonna help out everybody that started softs. So with a field of 17 drivers, only 4 opted to start on the mediums. That's not gonna help them, as I suspect everybody is gonna be coming in. So with an early safety car, anybody that started on softs just got a huge bump. As now they can do medium until the end of this race. So pretty much the entire field on the same strategy now. So effectively everybody getting those soft tires out of the way. Now being able to run 2 sets of mediums for the remainder of this race. So that safety car from Blake helping out a lot of people here. So we're on lap 7 here at the moment. Safety car should be in this lap. KBT is going to lead things off for us here. Yep, so safety car in this lap. So apparently, I don't know if this is a new rule or what. I don't know how many people know about it. It's gonna be hard to enforce it maybe. But as the leader of the safety car restart, you're only allowed to restart after the final apex. In between the final apex and the start-finish line, you can go at any point. Looks like KBT's gonna go right after the final corner there. I think Fitzy there and that Mercedes and P3 might have disconnected. But that doesn't cause too much confusion there. So everybody pretty spaced out at the moment. Oh. I think that was Black Spartan there. Takes a big chunk of that wall in the middle of Sector 3. Yeah, it definitely lost an end plate there for sure. Took a really big lick there. But no safety car needed. We resume racing. So KB, pretty much the only driver yet to pit this race, he's himself in P1. He's going to try to hold on to this lead as long as he can. Everyone behind him on fresh rubber. Now Josh reclaims the lead of this race. Hamilton right behind KB, sitting in P3. He's going to want to get around this McLaren as fast as possible before Josh can run away with it. As we go into the start of lap 10. Just now crossing 1/3 race distance here. So Hamilton not able to get around KBT in that McLaren. He's going to try it here. Hamilton goes around the outside, going into turn 3 there of Sector 1. So Hamilton with 1.2 second gap to Josh in front of him. He's going to really need to close that gap. You see the battle here between KBT, Perfect Polly, and William. Please don't go 3 wide. Oh, but they do it anyway. They go 2 wide into the kink in Sector 2. Perfect Polly going to come out on top on William as KBT is going to get double overtaken. And no help of DRS. So we hop back here with our midfield drivers. Starting off with Gary. We got Godly, Q's, and MFG closely right behind. Gary just barely getting DRS going down that main straight. Off of the back of Amaru in that RB. Gary trying to use every ounce of battery he had left to try to stay in front of that Ferrari. And Gary's going to be able to hold on to P10. Up on board with Godly here in the Ferrari right behind him. So Amaru and that RB up at the front of this train. A little bit of a sitting duck. Backing everybody up here. There's a little bit of contact made behind him. I think that was between Cuse and MFG there. Hopefully no damage from anybody from that. I think Gary did the right move there, not trying to make it too wide into the chicane and just decided to back off as he still gets the move done anyway. Oh, so we got Jose coming around that final corner, spinning himself out. Not sure if he picked up some damage. Did make a light contact with the wall there. Looks like his wing is still intact. And now Josh up to 1.9 seconds in front of Hamilton. Josh able to stay away from him. Keep him out of DRS range. Now Hamilton under pressure from William. Far behind. It looks like perfect poly. Ooh. Is that a virtual? It looks like Sector 3. I think Jose and that Alpine going off into the same corner that Blake did, I think. So he's going to DNF from this race. We're just going to have a virtual, thankfully. So really short virtual. Only about half a lap. And now Polly. Polly, the only driver currently out there on the softs. 7 laps old. I'm sure he's going to be starting to feel the tire fall off on him here. I can already see him slipping and sliding a little bit coming out of some of these corners. If he can hang on for another lap or two, I expect him to put on those mediums on either lap 15 or 16, and he should be good for the rest of this race. He's going to have to do 14 or 15 laps on those mediums, which can do it. I suspect everybody else is going to be pitting by lap 18 or 19 for another set of mediums. as we hop on back on board with this battle for P2. So William was finally able to get around Hamilton, making this a kick Sauber 1-2 at the moment. Hamilton's all over the back of William here now. I think Perfect Polly just about got DRS on Hamilton there. Yeah, so now Perfect Polly's in the mix, and we have ourselves one long train going from P2 all the way down to P8. So now Hamilton, to help with DRS, able to take that P2 position back from William. It looks like both of those drivers are going to be leapfrogging. William leapfrogging with William once again. It's always fun to see. From P1 to P6, we got our 3 slowest cars out there. All in the top 6. We have a double Kick, a double Haas, and a double Williams, making out our top 6 here at the moment. And Josh, with nobody to fight him, just continues to stretch out his lead. I'm sure Josh is going to wait to pit at the last moment for his other set of mediums. I'm sure he doesn't want to pit early and be in the mix of this midfield. Hamilton and William continue to keep, leapfrog one another lap after lap. Looks like William's going to get him back here again. Even though they're leapfrogging and helping each other out, Josh continues to just keep pulling away. Ooh. A little bit of a love tap there. As, ooh, perfect. Oh, okay, never mind. Perfect Polly pitted. So both Polly and Dante both pitting early for their second set of mediums there, pitting together. I thought something had happened when I see them drop down the leaderboard. You know, I think KBT might be trying the one-stopper. Yeah, I think KBT and this McLaren, I think he's in too deep on those mediums to pit for those softs now. I think he's going to push it until at least lap 20. Maybe even 21 before he throws those softs on. I'm sure KBT could really use a safety car. And now we see William trying to do the undercut on Hamilton there, that battle for P2. Because William's going to go in and probably throw on the mediums. Like I said, lap 18, in lap 19, the perfect window to throw on your mediums if you have another spare. Now KBT playing leapfrog here with Rocket. We have multiple drivers going in on this lap. Got Mario, Godly, and Gary coming in. Preferably to put on their other mediums. A little bit of a battle here for P7. Got Q's leading this train. Oh, as he goes off into the gravel. Allowing William and Dante to continue their battle as they slip right on by. Perfect Polly gonna have to wait patiently. Q's to get out of the way. Q's is gonna give him a little bit of a dose of DRS. So pretty much the majority of this field definitely strung out at the moment. Everybody kind of by themselves except for this battle for P7. William and Dante who pitted just I think on lap 17 together. Still both drivers fighting it out. And I think if Josh continues this lead, I think he's gonna throw on the softs. Now that we're on lap 20, we're getting to the crossover point where maybe softs are the better option. As Josh comes into the pit at the end of lap 20, really curious to see what tire he's going to put on here. Looks like he's going to put a fresh set of mediums on. With a big enough of a lead that he had, I'm surprised he didn't do a couple more laps and put those reds on, unless he didn't have a fresh set. Battle for P3, both KBT and Rocket continue to trade places with one another. Maybe even trying to work together. Ooh, too wide. This Rocket's gonna have to back out of that one. Good on him for playing it safe for the sake of both of these drivers. So even though Josh is sitting in P6, I think you're still looking at your race leader. So his teammate close behind, but not quite DRS range. I think MFG letting Josh go there, as he knows he just came out of the pits, so he's not fighting for position with him. Oh, a little swirly there from Rocket, coming out of that chicane at the beginning of Sector 2. Looks like Josh is going to be able to pick up another position here. But Rocket not giving up. I think that was a little odd from Rocket, trying to make that too wide, going into the left-hander of that chicane of Sector 2. I'd suspect both KBT and Rocket both to pit on softs, maybe this lap. KBT dives into the pits. And Rocket trying to stay out. Rocket might actually try to stay out for the remainder of this race. Got 3 cars right behind him. A little bit of a wing damage there, I think, from Dante and that Haas. I saw an end plate. Pretty sure I saw an end plate fly off. Yeah, I did. Dante with a little bit of a wing damage. And now Rocket in the hot seat here. Might be double overtake. Oh! Some heavy contact there between Dante and William. I think Dante just carrying too much speed. With nowhere to go. Rocket continues to fall back the order here. With all these faster drivers on fresh tires coming up from behind. MFG tries to look on the inside, but not enough speed to make the move happen. Throwing a little bit of a fake, actually giving Perfect Polly a 3-second warning there. So a little bit of mind games happening from MFG here. A little bit of a 3-car battle here. Battle for P10, got Rasha, KBT, and Gary. So Rasha fresh out of the pits on those mediums. I don't know why he pitted for mediums unless he used up all of his stops during qualifying. KBT trying to make the move happen on the outside, but he doesn't back out. They're going to be too wide. As he's going to take the outside, that Williams. KBT's going to get the move done. I think he made Rasha have to back out there. Really good for both those drivers not to make contact with one another. It's such a high-speed section. Looks like we have Q's opting to retire in the pits. So Rasha able to take that P10 away from KB as he gets in front of him there. we're gonna have our 4th retirement of this race. Surprised to only see 1 safety car and 1 virtual with 17 drivers today. I would have suspected more. KBT trying to get a fake move done on Russia there. Still a battle here for P2 between William and Dante up at the front. And Josh with a 7-second lead. As long as Josh keeps his nose clean, he should be able to run away with it here. So we got the 3-way battle for P2 between William, Dante, and Pauly. And then just behind them, the battle for P5 between MFG and Hamilton. I don't know if it's going to be much of a battle. MFG on 19-lap-old mediums, Hamilton on some fresh mediums here. Could get the move done here, no problem. But Hamilton with the time penalty, if MFG can stay behind him here. Take a quick peek at the penalties here. So Hamilton with 3 seconds on him. And Pauly with 6. I think Hamilton able to get out of MFG's DRS range. Might be a close one to see if MFG can hold on to the back of him here. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. Hop back on board with Pauly here. Got a good view of the 3-car battle for P2. So someone here isn't going to get the podium. I don't know who it's going to be. So, well, William sitting on no penalties. Dante, I think, had 3 seconds. And Perfect Pauly with 6. I don't know if there's much to fight for here. I think the podium might be locked out with his penalties up there on the board. I think we might see William getting P2, Dante close behind. Just nothing you can do once you get those penalties on you. So we might have ourselves here a Kick Sauber 1-2. And Haas picking up the 3rd place there to wrap up our podium. Still got a lap and a half of racing to go. Anything could happen. We hop on board with KBT. A little bit of a 4-car battle here. With KBT and Rocket, who were battling earlier. Rocket deciding to stay out. KBT opting to go in for those softs and able to catch back up. As we start our last lap here. Looks like I think Godley in that Ferrari might have slipped up at the final corner. KBT's going to get around Rocket. I think Rocket's going to let him have it as Rocket's sitting on a penalty at the moment. And Godley's sitting with 10 seconds, so he's gonna drop a few places. Just over a little bit of half a lap to go at this race. So KBT should be able to get godly here for P9 after the penalties are given once they cross the line. A little bit of a last lap action here. So it's Josh with a 13-second commanding gap. Josh is going to take this one. Perfect. Ollie's going to cross the line, but he's going to drop down into P5 with that 6-second penalty. We're going to see ourselves kick Sauber 1-2, followed by a Haas 3-4. Ooh, an MFG down there in P8, just missing out on P7 from Rasha, who had that 3 seconds on him. So that's going to wrap it up here for us on our Tuesday night realistic division for IUF1. Via the D goes to William there. So Josh is going to take it. The 13-second gap. Very impressive. So go down the order here. So Gary was able to take the fastest lap. Oh. Whoa, actually, both Gary and Josh with exactly identical hot laps, but Gary getting it before Josh there. Wow. Exactly the same. That's crazy. So going down the order here, we got Josh in P1, followed by William and Dante. That's going to wrap up your podium. And then closely behind, we got Hamilton and Perfect Polly, Omaru, Rasha, MFG, KBT, Rocket, Godly, Gary, Fitz, Hughes, Jose, Black Spartan, and Blake, and myself in P18. So thank you for joining in, tuning in, or watching the replay. I'm sure most of you do. So we'll be back here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern, for your Tier 1 at Australia. So thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.